everyone. Back with another tier list today. I've got something different. I'm going to be ranking paintings, I guess. I'm by no means an expert at all on paintings. To be honest, I don't even know what half of these even are. But I'm just going to rank them off. Do I like them or not, basically? So yeah, I'm not ranking it by how significant they are or how good they are. It's just, do I like it? So first one. This is one I do actually know. It's by Dali, I think, Salvador Dali. It's called, I'm not sure what it's actually called. It's called like Perseverance of Time or something like that. You know, it's a well-known one, the sort of melting clock. But the painting itself, it's not the most interesting. You know, it's looking pretty brown. You know, I think it's a bit boring, but not awful either. I'd say a D. We have this one. Don't think I've ever even seen this one before. It's like some people gathered around sort of a corpse. Looks like maybe doing an autopsy or something. You know, from the olden times. Again, I think it's not the most interesting. It's very dark again, dark colours. The body being all white is a bit of contrast, I guess. But yeah, I think a bit boring for me again. I'd say an E. I think this one's called Basket of Apples. It would also make sense because that's what it is. I'm not sure on that, but I think that's what it is. I've certainly seen it before anyway. This one, I like a bit more, you know. There's some colours on it. You can tell what it is. Yeah, it's just like this tablecloth sort of thing screwed up looks good. It's just quite nice. I don't think it's anything great, but I do like it. I'll say a B. There we have this painting of a woman that I don't think I've ever seen before. Again, this is kind of okay, you know. It's a decent painting. It looks like a woman. It's a good painting. It's well done. Like you can tell what everything is. Obviously, if it's famous painting and trying to look realistic, they're going to be able to tell what it is. But yeah, don't have much to say. I think this is pretty fine, to be honest. Just to see. Then we have this one. More on the sort of abstract type. You know, it's kind of like not painting of a thing. It's like, you know, got like an eye here, got those sort of swirls and lines and colours. This one looks quite nice to me. I like the colours they've used, like the black, the red, the white. The eye looks good. We like the different colours again. It just all works well together, you know. It kind of feels like, although there's nothing there particularly that's a thing, it just feels like everything kind of fits. Just seems to flow nicely. There's nice curves about, not too many straight lines. Yeah, I quite like that. I'd say an A. Then we have the Mona Lisa. This one I know for sure. Probably the most famous painting in the world, I'd assume. But in terms of, is it that good? I don't particularly think so. I mean, it's not bad. It's just a painting of a woman, isn't it, I guess. I mean, I'm sure if you're really into art, there's obviously a lot more to it than it just being a painting of a woman. But to someone who doesn't know anything like me, yeah, I mean, it's just pretty fine again. Let's see. Then we are painting here some form of like ballet going on. This is not one I've seen before, I don't think. Again, this one's kind of okay. Obviously, it's supposed to be some sort of ballet behind. It's like a guy lurking in the background. Probably something going on there. But yeah, it's a bit bland colours again, like greys, white, stuff like that. Not my favourite. I'd say a D. Then we have this one that I have seen before, but I don't know what it's called or who painted it. It's like the sort of like a city thing with like all the people kind of going into the sky. Yeah, I quite like how it looks. I like the buildings in the background as well, just nice white buildings with red roofs. The people like going up look good. Lots of different ones, like the ones in the background aren't painted as clearly, obviously because they're like in the background, gives a nice illusions of distance. Yeah, I like this one. I've definitely seen it before, but I'm not sure what it's called. But I'm a fan. I'd say, I think A again. Then we have a picture of this bird. This is not one I'm familiar with. I think it's a nice picture of a bird again. But yeah, not special going on for my liking. Uh, it's a good drawing of a bird again, but I think it's falling into the realms of like, you know, it's just a drawing of a thing, and it's fine. Let's see. And we have this one. This is another one I know. I think it's called American Gothicism or something like that, or Gothic, or Goth, something to do with Goth. It's definitely American Goth of some form. Yeah, it's another famous one. Like, you know, the farmer woman, whatever, the farmer's wife, I guess. You know, on the farm, whatever. I think it's like going back to the Great Depression, maybe, but I'm not too sure on that. Could be just nonsense. Um, yeah, this one. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's a bit stylized somehow. They look different. It's kind of not. It's a bit above just a standard drawing in my. I feel like the pitchfork, just in the front, looks good. These two they look good. It's good drawing. I like the background, not drawing, painting, whatever it is. I like the background. I just like this one for some reason. I know it's kind of just a drawing of some people again, but I like it. Zippy. This is another one I'm not familiar with. Kind of like a straw hut or something. Something like that. Like a really old-fashioned shelter of some form. Yeah, I quite like this one as well. I like the colours, you know, it's kind of like just a nice nature scene going on with like a bit of a man-made hut. The greens look nice shading and things. Kind of an ambiguous background, but I quite like it. I said B again. This is the one I'm familiar with, but I don't know the name of. But I've definitely seen it before, and yeah, I quite like it. You know, it's like a river scene. There's like some big boats in the background. You've got like the little boat in the foreground. Got the sun beaming through, kind of like the smog. You know, a nice reflection on the water. The water just looks really good, nice and reflective. Yeah, you got lots of stuff going on. The colours wise, I quite like how it's. I know I've said before, like all kind of dull colours I'm not a fan of, but like it's kind of like old greys and blacks and dark colours, but then there's the orange sun and the orange sun reflection sort of stands out really nicely. Yeah, I really like this one. I think that's my favourite so far. The NES. Then we have this painting of a bridge. This is another one I've seen, but I don't know who does it or what it's about. This one, yeah, it's just a nice painting of a bridge again. You know, like a nature scene, a nice little bridge. Got like a river beneath or something, or probably with like lots of like flowers and foliage and stuff on the river. Yeah, a nice sort of just nature scene again, but with this kind of a man-made element of the bridge in again. Yeah, I think this one quite nice. I'd say probably a B again. Now we're more back into the abstracts with this one. The I don't think I've ever seen before. Certainly don't recognise it if I have. It's kind of like a person, but you know they're all like yellow and green. It's got like this blue and white bit. Can't tell exactly what's going on. They're like eating something, are they? Maybe. It's not hard to tell, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of this one for some reason. I feel like there's maybe too many colours going on. I don't know. I don't really like this one for some reason. I just don't find this pleasant to look at. I think this is the first one that I'm kind of like, I think that's not very nice. But, you know, that's just my taste. So, unfortunately for that one, an F. Then we have this picture of a tree. Another one I'm not familiar with. But, yeah, it's just a pretty fine picture of a tree, you know, kind of bowing over. Maybe it's been in the wind or something, or, you know, it's been just grown that way for some reason. The blue background, it's okay, you know. No leaves on the tree. For this one, yeah, it's not my favourite for sure. It's a bit plain for my liking, I think. But it's not terrible either. Say a D. There we have the one with the coloured boxes. This is another one I definitely know, but I can't think who does it or what it's called, but I've certainly seen this one before, another very famous one. You know, kind of the more modern art style, where you're not really, you know, drawing a thing again, you're like just, you got boxes, you coloured it in. I think this one I quite like, to be honest. You know, it's simple but somehow effective. It's just boxes of colours in, but it still looks appealing to me, you know. But also you could pretty easily recreate this if you wanted to, which I don't know, that's fine. I don't think that takes anything away from it, to be honest. But yeah, I quite like it. A B. Then we have, I'm pretty sure this is by Jackson Pollock, just the one where it's like just complete colours all over the place, like little strands of paint all over going on. I think it is. I think that's this. And yeah, I'm not really a fan of this. I feel like this is kind of the thing that people think about when you think of like, oh, modern art's just lobbing paint at a canvas and just making a mess. You kind of think of this, and yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it. Yeah, I think that's pretty poor for my liking. Then we have this one. Back to the more sort of classic painting, like, you know, you've got some people in, obviously some medieval thing or something, maybe before then. It's one I'm not familiar with again. Lots of stuff going on. You've got these two at the foreground. There's some stuff going on in the background. There's like a young girl down here. Yeah, this one's decent, you know. I like this guy's mainly black, this guy's mainly white, and the background's kind of, you know, darker colours. Let's the two at the front sort of stand out. Yeah, I like this one for some reason. I can't really place a finger on it, but I do like it. Say an A. Then we have The Scream, another really famous one. In terms of how it looks though, yeah, it's not my favourite, you know. It's like clearly like a person sort of screaming, I guess, on like a wooden walkway of some form. It kind of just like swirls in the background. Yeah. It's not terrible, but I'm not the biggest fan either. I think probably E. Then we have this one of like the scene in the park, another famous one. I'm familiar with it, but don't know the name again. Yeah, you know, I quite like this one as well. There's like stuff going on, nice nature background. You know, different people to look at, different things to look at. It's got a minimalist trees almost, like, you know, they haven't gone full on drawing really detailed trees. Yeah, the grass looks nice. Just quite a nice picture. I'd say a B. We have this one, back to the more, you know, surreal things. Yeah, not familiar with this one. Kind of like you just got a black background with different circles on. This one's kind of okay for me. I like it a bit, but also not. Like, I really like this little light blue circle here. That colour's nice. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of middle of the road for me. You know, I'd happily look at it, but I'm not a fan of it either. I think a C. And I believe this is Sunflowers, potentially. Another famous painting. Yeah, obviously I think a lot of these paintings have bits cut off. So I'm not looking at the entire painting, to be honest. So that's probably not helping my score. I've only just realised that now, even though, yeah, that's pretty obvious from looking at some of the other ones. Yeah, but back to it anyway. This bit that I can see, if it falls in the range of, it is what it is. A C. I think this is a famous like creation picture, you know, where it's like God reaching out and touching Adam or whatever, but obviously this is extremely cropped, which is what made me realise all the other pictures are cropped. A lot of them were. This painting overall, the whole thing, is quite good, but this bit you can see here is obviously not great. So, yeah, I'll put it in the middle because it's not the best representation of it. Come back to like an abstract one here. Not really sure what's going on here. It's kind of like one of the pictures where stuff looks recognisable, but you can't actually identify anything. Yeah, it's kind of like, it's kind of like a few people. Like this guy's playing like a flute or something, and this guy's got like a guitar, something like kind of like a band, but really like stylized. Yeah, could be. Not too sure, but I do like the look of this for sure. I like the colours. Yeah, I really like this one. Never seen it before either, but yeah, I like it. I say an A. There we are. This one, another famous one. Is it called Starry Night? I think maybe. Yeah, I quite like this one as well. Like all the swirling sky, you know, the stars, a little sort of village scene. They're mainly using like the blues. Yeah, I quite like where it's kind of just one colour with a bit of a theme. Like the theme on this one's blue. Yeah, I quite like this one. Say an A. Then we have Girl with a Pearl Earring. Again, this kind of for me just falls into this picture of a girl with a pearl earring. Kind of, it is what it is. To be honest, this one maybe even like a bit less than the other ones. That kind of just, it is what it is for some reason. Just not doing it for me. A D. There we have this one. I assume it's a drawing of kind of Marilyn Monroe painting ish. Is it like pop art maybe this style? I think like we're using like the bright coloured background and things like that. But for me, yeah, I don't really like this one. Not my favourite. I don't think it's terrible, but I don't like it either. I think an E. Then last of all we have this one of a friend of a woman, just on some grass, is it? I guess. Yeah, this one's okay, you know. I like that you kind of like she's facing away, somehow kind of makes it more interesting. The pink dress contrasts nicely with like the sort of really browny, dull background. I think this one's decent, you know. I'll finish off with a B. Okay, that was some idiot who knows nothing about paintings ranking some paintings. So, you know, don't take it too seriously if I rank some really impressive, serious painting lore. I don't know what I'm talking about. Despite that, I hope you enjoyed anyway. If you have any suggestions you do want to see, let me know in the comments. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.